Hey, today I want to talk about 5 things I learned from owning an investment property. If this is your first time here, hello, I'm Lorianne King, co-founder of Dow Janes and money coach, and I am on a mission to help women enjoy financial freedom and wealth. So, I bought a rental property in 2017 and I bought it for 3 main reasons. The first one was for some steady cash flow. So the other investments I had were stocks, and they were not cash flow producing stocks. So the only way that I would get a return on the investment is if I sold the stocks at the right time when they were worth more than they were when I bought them. And I wanted my stocks to be able to grow over a long period of time. And that meant I wasn't planning on selling them anytime soon. And so I wasn't going to have any investments that actually produced cash flow. But with a rental property and tenants paying their rent every single month, I was able to generate cash flow. The second reason I bought a rental property is that it actually allowed us to minimize our own cost of living because we were able to live in one of the units while the tenants were paying the full mortgage on the property. And so I essentially lived for free, which helped me accelerate my savings. I also invested in rental property to be in real estate to have some investment diversification. I didn't want all of my money simply invested in the stock market. I wanted to be invested in some alternate ways. And so I invested in a real physical asset, a building that I could actually see and touch. And real estate is a great type of investment that protects against inflation. So considering that right now, it's 2022, we have a very high rate of inflation right now. This one hits home really hard. But real estate's often considered a great investment during inflation because you benefit from increased inflation as rents rise. And if you have debt on the property, it's usually a fixed rate debt, so the costs don't rise at the same rate. Now, a couple of things that I learned from actually owning this investment property, and some of these are things I wish I had known in advance that I'm going to share. The first one is it's not very passive. It is passive income. It's, in a way, owning a rental property, it's a little bit like you're going into the customer service industry. At the end of the day, when you own a rental property, you are taking care of people. And that takes time and energy, so just be prepared for that. Second thing is going to be uncomfortable. One of the harder things for me as a landlady was really owning my role. While I was friendly with my tenants, I wasn't there to be their friends. I had to remember that I was running a business. And being a landlady can put you in some difficult positions. Sometimes tenants don't make their payments on time, or they break leases early, or they damage the property. And especially as women, we tend to want to take care of other people, and that can lead to us getting taken advantage of. So at the end of the day, your rental property isn't a charity, it's a business, it's a way for you to earn money. And really owning that role was challenging for me sometimes. Number 3, prepare for repair costs. I didn't realize how many things in a house could break. I mean, there's so many things. And as the landlady or owner, you are responsible for footing all of those costs. So when you gather your rent every month, make sure you are putting money aside for maintenance and future upgrades. I mean, I knew that I was going to need to do this in buying the property, but just like having that money there in case of that was really, really helpful and helped me relax. And we ended up doing a lot of reinvesting into the property and doing different renovations and things like that that increase the property value. Now, another lesson I learned is when you are having work done on the property, always get multiple bids. I really couldn't believe how different the range and how wide the range of pricing I would get when I would get quotes for work. I could get a bid as low as $60 and as high as $900 for doing the exact same thing. And I realized that I would sometimes get bids from people who thought that maybe I didn't know what I was talking about. So I had to really inform myself and be educated and hear from multiple people to make sure that I wasn't being taken advantage of. Number 5, always screen your potential tenants thoroughly. A good tenant is an absolute treasure and worth its weight in gold, and a bad tenant is a nightmare. And before you decide on any tenant, you always want to make sure that they're filling out an application form, you're running a credit check, running a background check, contacting previous landlords or even their employer to just make sure that this is someone that you can trust. You know, with having someone live in a property that you own, you're really become a little bit at their mercy after that happens. And you want to make sure that there is someone who's going to pay you what you are owed and pay you on time, and that they're going to respect your property. And in my case, I was also living in one of the units, so I wanted to make sure this person was also going to be a good neighbor. There are a lot of advantages to owning a rental property, but I hope this video helped you prepare for some of the realities you maybe weren't expecting and that I wasn't expecting of becoming a landlord or landlady. And if you want to learn more about my personal story and how we came to own our first real estate investment property, I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. Thanks for watching.